Ricciardo's shock F1 comeback chance revealed in Drive to Survive. Daniel Ricciardo's unexpected opportunity to step in as a Red Bull replacement has been exposed in the latest season of the Formula One docuseries Drive to Survive. The 35-year-old Australian was dropped from RacingBulls in September 2024 after struggling to deliver consistent results. His performances were frequently scrutinized, and he ultimately failed to secure a permanent seat. Meanwhile, SergioPerez faced similar difficulties at Red Bull, leading to speculation about his future. Despite both drivers no longer being on the F1 grid, they took center stage in the Drive to Survive episode, Elbows Out, which delved into Perez's struggles and the discussions surrounding his potential replacement. Horner's shock pick, Ricciardo in contention for Red Bull's seat. During the British Grand Prix weekend, Perez's struggles reached a tipping point. After a Q1 exit in qualifying, Red Bull team principal ChristianHorner was caught on camera voicing his frustration over the Mexican driver's continued underperformance. "If we carry on like this, we're FI'd," Horner said during a phone call after Perez's early elimination. Upon returning to the garage, Horner openly discussed potential replacements, surprisingly naming Ricciardo as his preferred option. Despite the Australian's own struggles at RacingBulls, "What are we going to do with our Mexican? I'm starting to think it's diminishing returns. This weekend we have to look very carefully at the other drivers, Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda, and Liam Lawson. I'm a big fan of Daniel. He's not been competitive, but we know what he's capable of. I think he can sniff that there's a bit of a chance." Ricciardo reacts to the opportunity. The episode then shifted to Ricciardo's perspective, showing his reaction to the growing speculation around Perez's future. Speaking with Red Bull's Director of Communications, Paul Smith, Ricciardo hinted at his eagerness to seize the chance. "I just wasn't sure how much they've made. Aware to the public that Checo was somewhat on the verge," Ricciardo said. Smith, in response, emphasized that Horner was taking a measured approach to Perez's situation. What Christian's been saying publicly is, "The way that it's been approached with Checo is through a lot of support, right? As opposed to, we're definitely FU replacing Checo. He's F'd, DR is in at Red Bull, Liam is in at VCarb." Ricciardo's reaction? "Happy days." Smith concluded by stating that Horner was closely monitoring the BritishGP and beyond, making it clear that Perez's fate was uncertain. "So for you, I think Christian's taking the time to see what happens here. He needs success." What next for Ricciardo, with Drive to Survive pulling back the curtain on Red Bull's internal discussions? Ricciardo's name remains in the conversation for a potential return. Whether this was just speculation or a serious consideration remains to be seen, but one thing is clear. His future in Formula One may not be over just yet. Could Ricciardo make a stunning Red Bull comeback? The F1 world will be watching.